Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Small Talk. Quite a few things that took place in the stock market in the past couple of days when I was away, and I would like to discuss those in detail. So first thing first, we all know that Elon Musk's 62 billion dollar pay has been denied by the judge, which doesn't make any sense because all the shareholders have already approved his pay. And Tesla stock went down a little bit because in the fear of that maybe Elon Musk will just leave the company. But I don't think he's going to go anywhere anytime soon. He often claims that Tesla is my baby, so people don't leave their babies and just go elsewhere. Um, Next thing that took place was this morning at 9:30, Bank of America has increased their price target from $350 to $400 after visiting Austin Gigafactory. Their analysts went to the Gigafactory and they visited the factory in details, and they said the progress that they've seen in full self-driving and robotaxi and their humanoid robots, it just makes them very confident to increase their price target. And the analyst also added that their new car that's coming up next year in the early part of 2025, the low cost under $30,000 car is going to be out soon, and that's going to have is going to increase this total addressable market for Tesla as well. And then their full self-driving, obviously, they're going to utilize the AI and humanoid robots to control the FSDs. In the beginning, obviously, it still has some work some work to catch up on. I know Elon Musk had announced that he is going to have his FSDs up and running in 2025. But in my opinion, personal opinion, I think that's a very aggressive target. He may not be able to have 100% FSDs in the early part of 2025 or even in 2025. I would say it will take at least a couple of years before he gets there. But once FSDs are up and running, I think it is going to increase the total addressable market for Tesla indeed, and also it's going to increase their margins. So with the Bank of America's price target going up from $350 to $400, it just gave a boost to Tesla shares this morning. And if you were still holding the shares, I'm so happy for you because it has hit $375 and some change last time I checked. That was the highest price for the day. I think it's going to keep running until the end of the year and into next year. The last 2 weeks, I'm looking at very closely the last 2 weeks of December to see if this year actually people would take profits and sell for tax harvesting, which I'm pretty sure some people would. But I think the market is in such a FOMO phase that people just don't want to take any money out of the stock market. According to one of the analysts, there's about $5, $6, or $7 billion sitting on the sideline in the money markets, which are not invested into the stock market as of yet. Lots of people took the money out before the election, which is very idiotic in my opinion, because no matter which way elections go, whether Republicans win or Democrats win, after the election, stock market always tend to rally. Of course, it tends to rally more when Republicans win historically, and particularly when Trump won last time and this time, he's very pro economy and pro technology and pro cryptocurrency, and that's why everything is running. And now people are FOMOing into the market, and that's why market is rallying. Tesla also is no exclusion. So, but I think there's still more room to run because there's so much money sitting on the sideline in the money markets, and I think people are waiting for the Christmas rally maybe to begin, which I think it has already begun. But I think it's still a little slow until the FOMC meeting, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So once the FOMC meeting is out of the way, I think people are going to FOMO into the market, and the market is going to hit another all-time highs. The last 2 weeks, I don't know if this time, because it's a very unique situation, if this time people would have a loss of sell down on the stocks for tax harvesting. I'm sure there will be some sell down, but not to that extent. But we'll see how it prevails. Next thing I want to talk about, of course, is FOMC meeting. The December FOMC meeting is from December 7th to 8th, which is next week. And in my opinion, Fed uh, should do 25 basis points rate cuts, and I think they would do 25 basis point rate cuts in December. January, we'll see, as Jerome Powell always says, that we are very data dependent. So we'll see how the data comes next month, and then they'll decide accordingly whether they're going to do 25 basis points or 50 basis points or no cuts at all. The other thing I wanted to talk about was if the interest rates hit between 5 and 5.5% next year, the lending rates, like for example, mortgages, home equities, etc., I think that is going to open up another market, which is which is our real estate market, which is going to boost the stock market even more, because more and more people are going to have going to buy more real estate because interest rates are going to drop. I hope it just happens soon, because there are lots of people waiting on the sideline to buy the properties, whether it's investment properties or their residential properties. They're just waiting for the rates to go down, and then that boom will also increase the stock market pressure, and the pressure will keep building up and the market will go up. So my prediction, NVIDIA, as I mentioned in my last video, when it went to $132, I believe that was the lowest price it went to. I did say that it has created some buy the dip opportunity, so this is the time to buy. And since then, it has been going up, and it has gone up quite a bit. So NVIDIA, if it goes to $165 before Christmas, I would consider myself a bull market genius. I guess at that point, my price target is still $300 in the short-term future. It may not happen before Christmas, but it might happen in the early part of 2025, because I think NVIDIA is a great company. It's at a very early first or two innings. AI in general is in the first or two innings of its spectrum. And people need to understand that when new technology evolves, it takes quite a few years before it can reach its peak. So for now, we're at the very early part of AI evolution. So the world is going to be a very different place in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I think this is going to be the next big evolution of human history since the industrial evolution. We are entering into a new phase of human evolution and AI and all that good stuff. So I think we have a long way to go. So AI is not necessarily a trade product. I think it's more like an investment product. So if you have faith in AI and you know AI is going to go a long way, it's a good time to keep buying all those dips and keep averaging up or averaging down your positions and build your positions along these years, the next 3, 4, 5 years, until it reaches its peak, and then you'll have this much more profit that you can take from the AI plays. Palantir, what can I say? It's just, I mean, it's just like a FOMO play at this point. It has gone up so much in value that I don't think I would be buying any Palantir at this point, because I mean, it could probably still hit $100 and then crash back to $40. It could very well happen, but I don't want to take a chance, buy at 70 or 71, and then hope that it goes to 100 and then it drops back. For $30, I don't think I will take that chance, because my risk reward is much higher, and I don't want to put my money where it's a high risk, because I don't have any money left right now. I'm like fully invested. I only have a few $1,000s sitting on the sideline, which I don't know where I'm going to put, but I'm just going to hold on to it for now. Next thing I want to talk about is obviously my all-time favorite, Bitcoin. Bitcoin has crossed that $100,000 mark. This morning I woke up around 3:30 and I checked my phone, and I have a habit of checking my stocks whenever I wake up in the morning, because the pre-hours start obviously very early. And Bitcoin was at, I think, $103,000, and it just fully woke me up. And I was like, oh my gosh, it hit 102. That was my price target by Christmas, but it has happened even before Christmas. So congratulations to those who were holding Bitcoin. I think it was a very good risk reward play, and it has been, and you have been rewarded well for taking a risk in Bitcoin. People talk about all the other kind of cryptocurrencies. I don't think I would sport other cryptocurrencies, and I will endorse them. Bitcoin, however, I'm pretty confident that this is one play that I wouldn't mind holding in my portfolio and building my position if I get that dip and buy the dip opportunity in the near future. So I'm still hoping for that end of year tax harvesting season that it probably would hit $80,000 to $85,000, and maybe I'll just get in at that point and hold it to all the way next year and see if I can make $100,000 off of that coin. We'll see how that plays. Of course, I missed the opportunity when it was very low, and I think I mentioned this before. FTX fraud kind of turned me off, and then I didn't have. I was hoping they will go down to $12,000 and then I would buy it, but it never hit that $12,000 mark. It stayed, I think, at 19 or 17,000. I should have got myself a coin at that point because it was very well affordable, and I would have definitely made some money. But it's okay. You don't always. You're not always able to play all the plays that are out there. There's always something else that you can have in your portfolio. If I don't get an opportunity to buy Bitcoin, if it doesn't get to my price target, then I probably won't get one. So that's my intake on Bitcoin. Tesla, as I always say, I'm very bullish on Tesla. I think it's more and more analysts are obviously increasing their price targets. They're backing Tesla. There's so much in the pipeline for Tesla, and once Trump takes over, I have a feeling once Trump takes the office, I think the stock market is going to pull down a little bit because that enthusiasm is gonna like slow down. That okay, we're going to have a new president coming next year, so we have until February until Trump holds office unless something drastic happens. But I feel like at this point, geopolitical situations, the crude oil prices, nothing is affecting anything right now in the stock market. And I think part of the reason is because people had money sitting on the sideline, and with Trump winning and Bitcoin being in the spotlight and Tesla and some of the other companies. I was actually looking at Supermicro. I know the highest price year to date was $125, I believe, but it went down to all the way $15 or $16. Because they had some findings with their internal audit, and then the auditor had left, and they hired a new auditor, and there were no findings under the new auditor's audit that took place, and now it went up almost 70%. So I think Supermicro is a good buy. Maybe not right now. Just wait for it to dip a little bit, go back, let it go back to like 28, $30, and then you can buy it. Not a personalized financial advice. And then you can just ride the wave. It'll probably go all the way up to 46 is my lowest target, and my highest is like $85. So if you want to do like a quick trade and make some quick money, you can ride from 28 to $45. That's quite a bit profit. And then if you want to hold it longer, I think its all-time high for 52 weeks all-time high was $125 or $128. So you can hold it and just wait. Is it still risky? Yeah, sure, to some extent. But as Warren Buffett always says, be fearful when everybody else is greedy, and be greedy when everybody else is fearful. And now, because everybody in the market is fearful of Supermicro, I think it's time for us to be greedy. But of course, we have to wait for the proper buying opportunity, which will probably come in the near future. The reason why I'm so pro Supermicro, because it has good fundamentals, very good balance sheet. It has lots of cash on hand, so it's like fundamentally strong company, and their business model is very good. So you're taking a risk, but you're taking calculated risk. So it's probably going to reward us well. That's the other thing that I want to talk about. And then we were talking about Palantir, NVDA, Tesla. We talked about Bitcoin. We talked about FOMC meeting. So look forward to these dates, December 7th and 8th. 2 days are very crucial. Depending on what comes out of Jerome Powell's mouth, it's going to make or break the market. But I don't think it's going to impact the market as bad. Whether they have 25 basis points rate cuts or not, I think market still rally. It might have a small pullback because, of course, it just reacts to every little thing that happens. And if they do announce 25 basis points, which I think they should because economy is pretty strong, and I don't see why they wouldn't do a rate cut at this point. I think it's time for them to do a rate cut once more, and then we'll see how early the first month of next year looks like on on the data. So they're always data dependent. I think they've done a good job. I know there are lots of people who were trying to do fear mongering in the market that, oh, we are going to hit recession. I always talk about this, but by looking at economic situation, the job markets and everything, I don't think we're going to hit recession anytime soon. I think we've already lived through recession. People may have not realized it, but I think the recession is already up and over. We'll see. We'll see who's right. I don't, but in my humble opinion, I don't think we're going to hit recession. If anything, markets are going to boom. Tesla's going to do well. 400 is still my price target. I'm just hoping, I feel like we're going to hit 400 or very close to 400 before Christmas, I think, before the end of the year. If not, definitely early part of the 2025, we're going to hit 400 and beyond. And if everything goes smooth the way it has been going, I believe the analysts will upgrade their price targets even more depending on how situations are coming up. For example, if they have their under $30,000 the cheap card that they announced in the early part of 2025, if it comes in the market, the stock's going to go up, and then analysts are going to revisit their price targets and they're going to up the price target. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I believe, if I remember correctly, short term, in the next month or so, price target is $400 to $415. Long term, I think Tesla is $800 to $1,000 stock in the next 3 to 5 years. And you can trade, definitely swing trade, like you can hold it for a year, maybe early once it hit $400. I think that'll be a good spot to sell Tesla, because it's like psychologically people tend to sell at those levels. And then you can buy back in when it pulls back a little bit, and then you can ride the wave again. You can invest in long term, or you can keep trading. It's really up to you. What is your trading style? I'm particularly long term investor, at least for a year or more. I've been holding Tesla for like 3 years now. Some shares that I initially bought, I bought them very expensive. So, and then I've been averaging down my share up in the past year when it went down to like $100, and then I never had a chance to buy them at 100, but at the lowest I bought was $150. So I'm still doing pretty good. I'm 50% in profit overall with all my expensive shares that I bought and the cheap ones that I bought after the fact. So I keep adding to the position depending on how cheap or expensive I buy stocks, and I hold them at least for a year because I don't want to have short-term capital gain tax. That takes half of your money away. So there's no point for you to just keep trading. And then trading, you don't always win. Sometimes you make money and sometimes you lose money. And if you average them out at the end of the year, it's like you broke even. You didn't make any money. So why take the stress and then barely make any money? If you're an expert trader and you think you can understand the charts and you can do the stock analysis, I'm not very good at doing the stock analysis. I just do the very basic. If you think that you're a pro at that and you think you can pull that off, by all means, go ahead and trade. I still wouldn't suggest that you should do day trading. I think swing trading is more like a better option, where you can buy a stock, hold it for a few days, few weeks, and then sell it. It's still short term, but at least it's not day trading, because in day trading, I think it's very risky. But again, it really depends on how well you understand the trading fundamentals. I don't have time to sit in front of my computer all day and just keep trading stocks. So I obviously buy long term and hold them long term. And then once I see, okay, I made 50%, 60% profit, let's just sell it. And I'm happy with that. First of all, I don't pay that much tax on that because it's a long term capital gain. And then second, I know I had a safe play and I'm enjoying it. So that's my update for today. I hope you like this video. I'm very optimistic, very bullish on the market. As I said, if NVDA hits 165 and Tesla hits 400 by the end of the year, I'll consider myself a bull market genius. Let's see how that goes, because that's my prediction. And I know originally my prediction was for NVIDIA was $200, but I don't know, the Wall Street reaction on their recent earnings just didn't make any sense to me. But I think I do understand, because these ETF managers and hedge fund managers, as I said, they have to satisfy their clients, and because this is the end of the year, they have to prepare the end of the year report, and they just want to make sure that they make themselves look good. So they react differently to everything. We, as the retail traders who don't have these multi-million-dollar investments, and we don't have clients that we have to answer to and satisfy them, and make them happy, we can obviously plan and create a strategy that fits us better. And of course, every individual is very unique. Everybody has their own financial needs, their own financial situation. So you have to make decisions based off of that. Supermicro is a good buy now, right now. Maybe once it pulls back a little bit between 28 and 30 bucks, I think I will get into Supermicro. I have some money, as I said, on the sideline. If Bitcoin goes down to $85,000, I would probably buy half or one coin if I can afford it, and then just try to ride the wave. Let's see how it goes. Good luck to all of you guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please give my video a thumbs up, and please give me your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear your opinion and what you think of the current stock market situation. If that extra 5, 6, 7, whatever billion with the B is sitting there, if that gets invested into the market before the end of the year, I think we are going to hit crazy all-time highs. But we all know the market, once it pops up that much, it has to come down at some point. So just be very careful and be wise about it. So once you realize this much profit is enough for me, I don't mind taking some off the table. You don't have to just, keep it there, because once it goes down and you feel like, oh, dang it, I could have taken this much money in my pocket and now buy back in. So you don't want to have those regrets, because regrets are always horrible. So don't, be prepared to take some profits. But I think for next week or so, a week and a half, I think it's still going to rally, and then maybe some pullbacks for the tax harvesting. And then in the early part of next year, it's probably going to rally again. And I always say market is never a guaranteed place. There is no guarantee that it's going to happen. But given the situation the way it is right now, I mean, anything drastic could happen tomorrow and it could collapse the whole entire market. But those are very, extreme situations. But if everything goes smooth the way it has been going, I'm very bullish. I think we're all going to make lots of money. So good luck to you guys out there. And happy holidays to all of you. Hopefully I'll see you before that. If I don't, but there's so much going on in the market that I feel like I could make like 3 videos a day, but I don't have time. So I make one video every 3 days. I'm sorry I can't give you a daily update on stock market. The people who do that, God bless them. They have time and they have the energy. I don't have the time or the energy to make all those videos every day. But there's so much to talk about every hour, every 2 hours, or every day. Some news coming up, which is very exciting, and I like to share it with you guys. So I'll try to keep up the market update videos. And as I promised, my series of lectures is coming soon after the holidays. Of course, I can't do it right now. And then we'll see how it goes. All right. Until next video, good luck, and enjoy your winter and enjoy your holiday shopping. Take care. Bye.